Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to the PSMA. Today, we're doing week 2, part 2. Let's see how this goes. Primate Slowking lead versus Gengar's Celebi lead. Gengar leads off with Whirlpool on Slowking, and Celebi uses Flatter to raise his Primate's special attack but confuse him. Primate uses Matcha Gotcha, which will not do much damage because it's resisted by both Pokemon. And Slowking uses Mudshot on Gengar. Celebi uses Ice Beam on Slowking, but does not get the freeze. Primate uses Shelter. And Gengar uses Throat Chop, which will not do much damage due to defense being raised and it resisting. Celebi misses Iron Tail, and Primate uses Headbutt. Gengar uses Sludge Wave, which nearly KOs Celebi, but gets the poison on Primate. Slowking can't use Thunderclap. Celebi uses Takedown, but misses again. And Primate uses Snipe Shot to take down Celebi. Gengar misses Stone Edge. Slowking uses Boom Burst, which takes down Primate. So now it's Sableye and Magmortar being brought out. Magmortar uses Focus Blast and takes down Slowking. Gengar uses Ice Punch and gets the freeze. Sableye won't be able to do anything for a while. Jirachi uses Double Edge on Magmortar. Magmortar uses Blue Flare, which KOs Sableye. Gengar uses Roll Out. And Grimmsnarl now comes out. Jirachi uses Simple Beam to change Gengar's ability. Magmortar uses Aqua Tail. Gengar uses Rollout, and Grimmsnarl uses Healing Wish. And just like that, it's a 2v5. Jirachi uses Sing but misses. Magmortar uses Minimize. Jirachi gets hit by Rollout again. Ursaluna uses Rock Slide, which only hits Gengar, but takes it down. And Gallade comes out. Jirachi uses Sludge Wave, which does not do much damage to anyone. Magmortar uses Draco Meteor. Gallade uses Infernal Parade. And Ursaluna uses Ice Punch. Jirachi uses Infestation on Magmortar, so now it's dealing constant damage. Magmortar uses Expanding Force for 3% on Jirachi. Gallade uses Wild Charge on Ursaluna, which does not affect him. And Ursaluna uses Absorb, which Magmortar avoided. Not like it would do much damage. Jirachi gets a special attack boost from a crit charge beam, but then gets taken down by a flamethrower from Magmortar. And Gallade uses Conversion 2. Ursaluna uses Extreme Speed and nearly takes down Gallade. Magmortar uses Terra Blast. Gallade uses Play Rough. And Ursaluna uses Crunch, which takes down Magmortar. And out comes Mr. Rime. Gallade uses Surf, which hits both Pokemon. Mr. Rime uses Dark Pulse, which nearly takes down Ursaluna. And Ursaluna uses X-Scissor to nearly take down Mr. Rime. But unfortunately, all good wins must come to an end, and the undefeated Jazzy Jirachis become defeated by the Calm Celebes. If I had to choose an MVP, it would probably be Gengar, just because of how much it did for the team. Alright, on to the next battle. we have the Screamtail Saints versus the intimidating Iron Valiants now. Snorlax, Togetic lead versus Machamp Hariyama lead. Machamp leads with Psychic Fangs and Hariyama leads with Light Screen. Togetic uses Psychic Noise. And Snorlax uses Rock Wrecker. Machamp uses Fickle Beam, which does not affect Togetic. And Hariyama uses Slash, which nearly takes down Togetic. Togetic uses Bulk Up, but that's not going to be very useful since it's already at 20%. Machamp uses Sweet Scent to lower evasion. And Hariyama uses Powder Snow to nearly take down Togetic again, but gets the freeze. Snorlax uses Screech, which lowers Hariyama's defense. And Machamp uses Close Combat on Snorlax, which takes it down. And Hariyama uses Toxic, but it can't be used because Togetic froze. Weavile used Magic Powder, so now Machamp's Psychic type. Machamp uses Roar of Time. And Hariyama uses Chloroblast to take down Togetic. This battle had a weird amount of disconnections. So, if you see my profile picture change, that's why. Weavile used Strength Sap, and Alchemy used Giga Drain. Weavile uses Lumina Crash on the newly Psychic type Machamp. And Lucario uses Rapid Spin. Alchemy uses Throat Chop, which deals massive damage to Machamp. And Machamp uses Water Gun. Lucario uses Gravity. Weavile uses Acupressure to raise defense. And Alchemy uses Cotton Spore to lower Machamp's speed even more. And Machamp uses Crunch on Weavile, which lowers its defense. Weavile used Cotton Guard, so now it's at +4 defense. And now Lucario cannot escape. Lucario... Well, that's one way to escape, isn't it? Machamp uses Fusion Bolt, and out comes Florges. Weavile uses Circle Throw, and out comes Berserker, or Screamtail. Alchemy uses Magic Powder again. Machamp uses Thunder Wave. Screamtail counters with Bulldoze, which hits every Pokemon, and Machamp's speed is lowered even more. Alchemy uses Dragon Claw on Screamtail, and Weavile uses Infestation on Screamtail. Machamp uses Spit Up, and Screamtail's hurt by Infestation. Screamtail uses Overheat, which nearly takes down Alchemy. Alchemy uses Dragon Rush, which nearly takes down Machamp. Weavile uses Fire Lash, which does take down Machamp. And out comes Berserker. Screamtail uses Power Split. Berserker uses Endeavor, which does not affect Weavile because it's at a lower HP amount. Alchemy uses Lock On, and Weavile gets fully paralyzed. Screamtail uses Will-O-Wisp, which misses Alchemy, and Berserker takes down Alchemy with Triple Dive. Weavile then gets fully paralyzed again, and out comes Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant tries to use Dark Void, but only Darkrai can use it. And then nothing else really happens for the rest of the turn except for Weavile using Brine. Iron Valiant uses Sticky Web, and Screamtail uses Hydro Cannon, which doesn't do much damage. Berserker uses Final Gambit, nearly taking down Iron Valiant, and out comes Florges. Out comes Florges. I really need to work on my timing for these things. Iron Valiant uses Metronome, and Whirlwind fails. Screamtail recharges. Florges uses Ancient Power on Weavile. Does not get the Omni Boost though. Weavile uses Cotton Spore, and now they're even slower. Iron Valiant uses Dive. Screamtail misses Sheer Cold, which, if it was a normal attack, it would have KO'd Iron Valiant. So I feel like that would have been a bit overdone. Florges tries to use Smog, but they aimed at Iron Valiant. Screamtail uses Power Trip on Iron Valiant, which doesn't KO it. Weavile uses Conversion, so now it's normal type. Florges uses Cotton Guard, which raises its defense. Iron Valiant uses Boom Burst, which takes down both Screamtail and Weavile. And Florges uses Shell Side Arm, so now it's down to a 1v1. Florges versus NDD female. NDD uses Bubble Beam, and Florges uses Horn Drill. What a comeback. The one-hit KO. Oh my goodness. I may be overhyping it a bit, but I think it's obvious MVP's Florges. Alright, round 3. Let's see what happens. It's a Hypno Ludicolo lead versus a Golduck Poliwrath lead. Golduck starts off by using Sandstorm, which only benefits Diancie, and Poliwrath uses Eerie Impulse. Ludicolo uses Giga Impact, while Hypno uses Bite to lower Metronome. Everyone buffets because no one is immune to it. Golduck uses Stone Edge, Ludicolo recharges, Poliwrath uses Hyper Beam, and Hypno uses Night Daze. And everyone buffets again. Golduck uses Night Daze, Ludicolo uses Vacuum Wave, which does not do much damage. Poliwrath has to recharge, and Hypno tries to use Encore. Golduck's basically dead in an attack, but he uses Strength, and Ludicolo counters with Razor Shell, healing Poliwrath. Poliwrath uses Psy Strike on Ludicolo, nearly taking him down, and Hypno uses Clear Smog on Golduck. Both of them might faint. Nope, only Ludicolo fainted. Well, Golduck's at 2 HP, so he's basically dead. And Golduck uses Teleport into Alakazam. Poliwrath uses Tailwind, and Hypno uses Flamethrower against a Water type. Banette uses Ice Hammer, and the Sandstorm goes away finally. Alakazam uses Psychic Noise on Banette, which brings it down to less than half. Poliwrath uses Stomping Tantrum to leave Hypno on like 1 HP. Cosmic Power won't do anything for you, I'm afraid. And Banette decides to use Double Kick. Alakazam misses Hurricane, and Poliwrath uses Stealth Rock. Interesting. Hypno uses Poltergeist, and Banette counters with Skitter Smack, which lowers Poliwrath's special attack. Alakazam uses Leaf Blade to take Hypno down, and Poliwrath misses Zap Cannon, and Banette misses Bolt Strike. Both would have done huge damage to the other. Tailwind goes down, but Alakazam still outspeeds and uses Magical Leaf. Electivire then uses Gravity, and Poliwrath uses Shore Up. Banette uses Dazzling Gleam on Poliwrath and Alakazam, but mainly on Poliwrath for super effective damage. Alakazam uses Fire Lash. Electivire uses Heal Pulse on Alakazam. Poliwrath uses Dragon Pulse with its minus special attack, and Banette used Seed Flare. Alakazam used Spin Out on Electivire, and Electivire tried to use Endeavor. Poliwrath can't use Fly because of gravity, and Bayonet uses Whirlwind to send out Mr. Mime. Electivire then uses Iron Defense, and Mr. Mime uses Peck, nearly taking down Bayonet. Poliwrath uses Tar Shot, so now Electivire is slower and weaker to fire. And Bayonet decides to use Roar of Time on Mr. Mime, which does not affect it. But Bayonet goes down and Cursed Body activates. Poliwrath uses Worry Seed, so it replaces Vital Spirit with Insomnia, which is the same exact thing. Electivire is just setting up its defense. Poltegeist comes out. Mr. Mime uses Struggle on the Poltegeist for not very much damage. Poltegeist then uses Growth. Poliwrath uses Aeroblast. And Electivire uses Dream Eater, which does not affect anyone. Muck comes out, followed by Alakazam coming out as well. I guess they're going for the 6-0. Poltegeist uses Drain Punch. And Electivire uses Burn Up, but it fails. Alakazam uses Pain Split, which just heals Electivire and weakens Alakazam. Poltegeist uses Icicle Spear, which only hits twice. And Electivire uses Growl. Muck uses Darkest Lariat with Electivire's +4 defense. And Alakazam uses Electro Ball, which is resisted. Poltegeist also gets Growl, so Electivire uses Tailwind. Muck uses Venoshock on Poltegeist. Stab, not very effective. And Poltegeist uses Blue Flare. Electivire then tries to use Sucker Punch, but it fails. Alakazam uses First Impression, but it fails. Muck uses Extreme Speed, which barely does anything. And Poltegeist uses Snipe Shot, which nearly takes down Muck. Electivire then tries to use Last Resort, but it fails. And Alakazam uses Lunar Blessing. Muck uses Bolt Strike, but misses. Poltegeist uses Eerie Impulse. And Electivire misses Sheer Cold. Alakazam then uses Aqua Jet for not very much damage. And Muck uses Eerie Spell for not very much damage. Tailwind peters out, and Alakazam uses Aurora Beam on Poltegeist, but Cursed Body activates. Poltegeist then uses Reflect, and Electivire then uses Horn Drill on Alakazam, and it actually hits. Muck uses Moonlight, and now it's nearly fully healed, and Diancie comes out. Poltegeist uses Mist, still no idea what that does. Electivire then uses Rock Blast. And Muck counters with Endeavor, which does not affect Poltegeist. Diancie then uses Expanding Force, which takes down Electivire. And out comes Iron Hands. Poltegeist uses Smog, which misses. Diancie then uses Bullet Punch for not very much damage. And Muck uses Soak on Iron Hands, changing his type. Iron Hands then uses Play Nice, but Diancie's Clear Body prevents that. Poltegeist then uses Magical Leaf. And Iron Hands uses Flip Turn for super effective stab damage against Diancie. And Muck uses Tea Time, so everyone eats their berries. Golduck then comes back out and uses Brick Break for not very much damage, but breaks the Reflect. Poltegeist tries to use Baton Pass, but fails. Muck uses Aurora Veil, and Iron Hands uses Topsy-Turvy, but it fails. Golduck uses Attack Order on Poltegeist, and gets disabled. Poltegeist uses Ice Beam on Muck, nearly KOing it. No freeze though. Iron Hands tries to use Topsy-Turvy again, and Muck uses Trop Kick for super effective -2 damage. Golduck then ends up KOing itself and the Poltegeist with Struggle. Iron Hands uses Work Up, and Muck uses Shelter to raise its defenses. Mr. Mime comes back out and uses Vine Whip for not very much damage. Muck then uses Lunar Dance, which KOs itself, but will fully heal Poliwrath. Iron Hands uses Astonish on Mr. Mime, which does major damage. Mr. Mime then paralyzes Iron Hands, and Poliwrath uses Belly Drum. Will it be a free Belly Drum? No. Sort of, because they used a Fire-type move. But no burn. Mr. Mime then uses Mystical Power, which raises its special attack, and Poliwrath uses Ingrain. Iron Hands gets fully paralyzed, so that was a free Ingrain. Mr. Mime uses Lava Plume, which not nearly, but does decent damage for a resisted hit. And Poliwrath uses Sludge Bomb, nearly taking Iron Hands down. They targeted the wrong Pokemon with Dark Pulse. It would have done more to Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime decides to use Sunny Day, but it doesn't matter as Iron Hands goes down to a Bug Buzz. I would say that the MVP of this battle is Muck, just because of how long they were in the game and how amazing they were compared to the other Pokemon. I mean, Alakazam got Horn Drilled, a 30% accurate move. Diancie got KO'd 2 turns after it hit the field. Golduck struggled itself, I'm pretty sure. And Mr. Mime just wasn't in the game for long enough. It's now time for the final battle, the Magical Mews versus the Mystical Mesprits. It's a Mew Togekiss lead versus a Hitmonlee Azumarill lead. Mew uses Ally Switch, and Hitmonlee uses Block, so now Togekiss can't switch out. Togekiss uses Power Split on Azumarill, and Azumarill uses Reflect type. Mew uses Spite, and Hitmonlee uses Hard Press for massive damage on Togekiss. Togekiss uses Ice Cold Crash, and Azumarill uses Strength. Mew uses Razor Leaf, which Azumarill resists, but got crit on Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee uses Fickle Beam, but on Togekiss, so it doesn't affect. Togekiss misses Sheer Cold, and Azumarill uses Ice Beam. Mew uses Fairy Lock, and Hitmonlee uses Accelerock. Togekiss uses Fell Stinger, and Azumarill uses Morning Sun to heal up the little HP that was removed. Mew uses Aura Sphere, and Hitmonlee takes down Togekiss with Mist Ball. Azumarill then uses Howl. Mew uses Tar Shot on Azumarill, making it more weak to fire. Hitmonlee uses Stomping Tantrum on Dragonite, and Dragonite uses Electro Web. Hitmonlee goes down, and Azumarill uses Heavy Slam for not very much damage. Mew uses Head Smash, which KOs Azumarill. And Dragonite uses Malignant Chain, which gets the Toxic. Mew gets crunched and gets KO'd. Infernape Grumpig comes in, and Infernape gets Iron Cudgel, and Dragonite gets Trop Kick. Grumpig uses Frenzy Plant for not very much damage, but now it has to recharge. And Politoed tries to use High Horsepower on Dragonite, but it doesn't affect him. Infernape uses Rock Polish to raise its speed. Grumpig recharges. Dragonite uses Aerial Ace, and Politoed uses Nightshade. Politoed goes down to Toxic, and they bring in Mesprit now. Infernape uses Shelter. Grumpig uses Dark Pulse for not very much damage. Dragonite uses Ice Shard. And Mesprit uses Amnesia. Infernape uses Dual Wing Beat, which takes down Grumpig. And Dragonite uses Cut. Mesprit uses Bulldoze for super effective damage on Infernape. Talion comes out to replace Grumpig, which immediately gets taken down due to a Volt tackle from Infernape. Mesprit uses Rock Wrecker, taking down Dragonite, and Annihilate comes out. Infernape uses Flash Cannon for not very much damage, and Annihilate uses Heart Swap, so now Annihilate has +2 special defense. Infernape uses Water Shuriken for not very much damage. Annihilate uses Poison Jab, which does not get the poison. Mesprit uses Fury Swipes. And Infernape uses Speed Swap. Mesprit uses Aeroblast, taking down Infernape. So it's now a 2v1 with Slowbro coming out. Mesprit uses Psycho Cut for not very much damage on Slowbro. Annihilate uses Shelter. And Slowbro uses Last Respects, taking down Mesprit. If I had to choose an MVP, it would probably be Infernape. Sorry about this battle being very yawny and tired. I literally just woke up like 5 minutes ago. Alright, let's see the rankings now. Here are the rankings after Week 2, Part 2. Jazzy Jirachis are now tied with Screamtail, Saints, Magical Muse, and Dancing Diancies for first place with a record of 3-1. Calm Selbies are in second with 2-2. Infuriating Iron Hands and Mystical Mesprits are tied with 1-3. And Intimidating Iron Valiants are yet to get a win, and their record is 0-4. Alright, that's it for this episode. Make sure to stay tuned for next time, where we see if the Intimidating Iron Valiants will ever get a win. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.